What's up, guys? REDHOT Trade here. Today we're going to be going over the boom in the crypto market. I'm going to be showing you guys my top charts: BTC, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and I'll show you guys what I'm thinking, where we're going to go next, and why I think that crypto might not be done just yet. All right, and before we hop into this, guys, I'm just going to tell you about a quick competition that we're hosting. We're hosting a trade lottery. If you sign up on my code in the description of this video for BTCC, you'll be able to trade with us and earn up to $12,500. So get in there. You'll get access to the free Telegram link in the description as well. And yeah, guys, that starts on the 15th. So get your deposits in there. Must deposit 1,000 US to be eligible. All right, guys. So first things first, we went over BTC a couple nights ago, and I gave out the price target of 118K. I thought it was going to happen by next week, but turns out we got it the next day. So crazy price movement right now. Right now we're sitting at 117,735. So just below that level that I had given out. My idea here is, we've got a lot of liquidity that's just being, swept right now. And there's not going to be many opportunities for either side until we get some more confirmation above this level. We had a daily close above 115, which is historic, obviously, but we're going to need a little bit more confirmation. So what I'm looking at here is the previous sell zone was around 112K at the top. If this holds above this for a few days, we could see another push towards 120, 122, possibly even at the higher end around 124, 125. It's closer to 124 for my upwards projections. This is happening way sooner than I had figured, but that's kind of the thing with crypto, right? When people are sidelined and they're waiting, you're not expecting it, that's when these moves are going to happen. So my idea of going forward is probably just waiting to get into any longs on Bitcoin. I think that I've kind of got caught with my pants down here, not being able to take this long. But if my suspicions are correct, we might pull down towards this trend line, let's say 114K. If we get another liquidity push to the upside, we get some profit taking. We can take a look at global liquidity index here, and this just shows you where all the money and how the money's been flowing across the world. This is represented in trillions. So right now we're around $30 trillion in the market currently. We can see it bottomed off around 27. Now it's closer to 30 trillion right now. But the deal with this is we're not going to see a real push down on BTC until we see liquidity go down. You can see liquidity's pushing down a little bit currently, but it does match up with the chart pretty well. Last time we had a rally this big, it went up to about 32 trillion. So we have a couple trillion more in liquidity just before we hit the previous bull cycle, right? So if this can go up further, we'll probably see, a push towards 125, 130. And that's probably on the low end if liquidity stays this high. So something to watch here is the global liquidity index. You can get this indicator for TradingView and kind of keep up with it, but this is kind of where the trend is looking now. My guess is that we would be pushing up somewhere in the region like this before we get a closeout. Not saying that it's going to go to 180K on Bitcoin, but the global liquidity is high right now. Markets are soaring across the board, and it's completely possible to get another leg up, right? With a lot of shorts being liquidated and everything like that, it just adds fuel to the fire. So keep an eye on BTC for another leg up. I wouldn't be caught shorting right now at all. Price discovery mode is dangerous short, so just keep that in mind. Look for pullbacks to long, maybe longer term, lower leverage shorts, but that's about it. So for Ethereum, what I'm looking at here is we hit that 3,000 or 2,900 price target, right? So we're sitting above this previous sell zone. So what I want now is to show some support here at 28, 29. And if this can bounce off of this on the weekly, we can really see in a close above 3,000 on the weekly chart. 2,900 would honestly be probably key, but above that, then we can see another push up to the high 3,000s to 4,000. So this has got a lot of consolidation behind it. That just means there's more gunpowder for the push up. I would not be surprised to see Ethereum in the high 3,000s in the next month or so if liquidity stays high and BTC stays high as well. And that's just going to go into our next few charts. If we're looking at Ethereum pushing up towards those numbers, then we should be looking at Solana. So Solana's got a big resistance here coming up at 165 to 170 to 185, 190. There was a potential head and shoulders here, something that I'm still watching on the weekly. If this can't break out and hold above, you'll notice that it's not exactly lagging, but it's only up, minimal compared to even BTC and others. XRP is really outperforming right now. So we're going to go look at that. But my guess is if Solana can't hold above 174, then it might retest this sell zone around 158, 155. If not, then it's another push up towards 190, which would be great for the altcoin scene, right? And holy shit, we've got a huge pump on XRP here. I had a old short position sitting out. I'm going to have to put a stop loss on this. That's unfortunate. Let's say 1.7. That's annoying. I had this trade put in from a while ago, so I'm just going to have to put a minus 70. Luckily, it was only $100, so it's not that bad. Okay, trading aside, XRP is booming right now. Clearly, we did have. You can see this is where I had my short sell at 180 or at 284 because this is where we had a previous sell zone. So it's possible that we do, lose some steam in this area. Especially after a pump like this. It's already up like 12, almost 15% in the last 24 hours, over like 30% in the last few weeks. So we've respected most of the levels so far. It would be in price action's best interest to retest 260 to 270-ish before it reclaims maybe $2.95 to $3. And if that goes, then we have this upper wick here from before at around $3, right? So on the daily, that's where we're looking. We're looking at this buy zone held up, liquidity held, and now it's really pushing, right? We can see that Ethereum and Solana haven't had the bullishness that XRP's had. So if XRP can hold here, all-time highs are sitting around 340. It's got some room to go if this holds above this level on the daily. So I'd watch 290, 291. If 291 can hold on the daily, get ready. 284 on the low end here would probably be the new one after this pullback. But trading in this gap here between 266 and 284 would probably be just a lot of chop. So we'll see what happens the next few days with BTC. It seems that XRP is, whenever BTC moves, it outperforms BTC. So keep this on watch, obviously, XRP. And if Ethereum and the rest go, LTC is another one that we've been kind of looking at. It has a nice cup and handle formation here, forming at 80 to 90. So if this can hold, right, we still have a pretty decent move up to get to 100. And then above that, we have the 120s, 125. All this liquidity up here is just sitting there, right? So between 107 and 98 on LTC is something you should look at too. But that's probably all I'm going to cover today, guys. I'm just going to cover the main few. LTC just for fun, right? But XRP pumping. Yeah, my stop loss ended up hitting on XRP short. That's a good reason why to keep your orders in check. Sometimes you might have a resting order from before and it will hit. So not the best example of, you know, being responsible with your trades, but sometimes the degenerate just comes out, right? So can't do anything about that. But SPY is well sitting at 624 right now, which is pretty crazy. We had a small gap down overnight, but nothing too much. Nothing that's going to be really killing the market on this side. BTC is obviously holding up at 1.5%, so outperforming the stock market right now. Just some closing thoughts. I feel like it's possible that with this new BTC movement that we're seeing people, you know, getting ready for a deleverage out of US dollars, right? So if we look at the US dollar index right now and look at how it's performing on this year, is doing terribly, right? So it peaked in January around 110 on Dixie, which is the US dollar index. On the stock market, it measures the current strength of the US dollar, and right now it bottomed out around 96 and it's sitting around 98 right now, just under 98. So we could see some further sell-off here if this trend stays bearish, which it kind of looks like it is. The daily's getting a little bit of a bottom, but you can see it's been a long time since it's been down here, just post-COVID levels, so around 2022. And then there's the lows here in 2021. And you know, if going back a little bit further, I mean, it goes back years, like almost a decade, right? Over a decade, to 2014 when it went even lower than that. So watch the US dollar index here. This could be a major sign and reason why people are deleveraging out of currency and putting their money into crypto. Right now, it is less of a speculative move to be holding crypto or to not hold crypto than to be holding crypto. So it's riskier to not have this as part of your portfolio at this point. Having BTC is better than holding gold, and that is just a fact. So thank you for joining me today, guys. I'll have another analysis for you tomorrow, but currently we are sitting as bullish as can be, and whether that's a good thing, euphoria is high. Sometimes that means that a top is near, but for right now, I'm going to be having all eyes on altcoins. I kind of missed the move with BTC, so looking at some altcoins to possibly hop in longs on some dips. So that's my point of view for right now, and I'll come back to you guys with another video tomorrow. Peace.